All right. Hello. We are live. I think we are live anyway. I'm just gonna check a bunch of things before we get started. First of all, welcome to the stream and to the results for the coaster contest I hosted during the month of August. So we're getting started soon. We're just gonna wait for people to join the stream. So yeah, I'm gonna be in the voice chat in my Discord server. So if you guys want to join, you obviously can. How many watchers do we have? We have TCE. Olo. Should we play some music actually? Let's play some music. Where is my streaming playlist? All right, it's playing. I don't know what happened to the shuffle button on Spotify, but it's no longer there for some reason. But yeah, let's get started now. So we got first of all, the coaster contest was, well, the only requirement was to make a Giga Coaster, which is a roller coaster that goes over 300 feet or 92 meters, I think. Yeah, 92 meters in height. And this is actually, the standard for this contest was actually not terrible. We had 17 submissions, and all of them were somewhat decent, at the very least. So it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. First of all, I want to show you the ride that I made for this contest. It's not even like a standard or anything. I just wanted to make this ride, so I'm gonna put the video up for the ride soon enough. Okay, so this is a Giga Coaster that I prepared just so you guys can see what, well, first of all, what a Giga Coaster is, and also just for fun. I wanted to make this for fun. So it should be up there. There we go. Okay. It should be up. Yeah, there we go. So I'll just, like, the disclaimer for this ride is that obviously I'm not ranking my own ride with the rest of the submissions. Like, this is not even a submission. It's just something I wanted to make for fun. And I'm obviously not ranking it because I cannot rank my own ride with the others, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what I made. I went for a little wicked layout, low to the ground with really quick elements and some pretty sharp transitions. And the fact is, I used to have a different second half to what you're seeing right now. Like, there was a second half that that's completely different to the one you're seeing right now, and I completely scrapped it because I thought the trims killed the ride too much, and I just thought it was subpar. Like, it wasn't good enough anyway. So, okay, I'm gonna put the entries up. We're starting on number 17.
Where did I come? What position did I come in?
Oh, hi Bean. Hello. Thanks for pinging the announcement there, because I forgot.
I noticed. I just saw you in the server. I didn't even realize the stream had started.
That's
Anyway,
crazy. It's good. It's good. You can talk as well. Like, oh, he's gone. Anyway, entries are number 17 is in fact Vulcan by Disturbing Pop Boy. So I hate to put a ride at the very bottom always. And like, the standard isn't even terrible. Like, we have a pretty solid idea with this ride that I'm about to show you. Yep. Wait, hold on. I don't know what's doing this. It's Streamlabs doing stuff that I don't want to eat. Oh, okay. That's fine, Bean. Enjoy your pizza. Okay. This is Vulcan, the Giga Coaster by Magicool. No, not Magicool, sorry. Disturbing Pop Boy. I just saw Magicool's name somewhere else, and I thought I might as well say it. So, first of all, I'm just wondering, this is probably made on purpose, but like, I'm just wondering what the shaking effect before the drop is about. Okay, secondly, there's a massive jolt off the drop just to get started. And I don't know, when I looked at this ride, I found it to be extremely inconsistent. Like, the profiling is it's not like beginner's level profiling, but it could have been done way better. And also the pacing through the elements, like over here you get an extremely powerful dose of laterals, and the valleys have to be profiled better as well. This airtime is killer on this hill. And I don't like elements being this steep. Like, airtime wheels should not be nearly vertical going up. And also the top should be uniform. Like, I mean, even if we ignore the amount of ejector airtime you get here, the top of the element should not like bring it down so quickly. Like, it should be gradual and uniform if you want to have a realistic airtime hill. And also, please use the button that straightens sections of track unless you did this on purpose. And if you did this on purpose, please bank the track at least like 5 degrees to the right, because it doesn't feel very nice, you know? Then, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't want to nitpick on this ride too much. I don't want to hurt the creator of this ride. But it's just those small things. Like, I would advise making your valleys uniform, straightening your track sections, and also just looking at your ride forces. Like, if it exceeds anything like -2 Gs or 5 Gs, you know you're doing something wrong. So, okay, that last inversion was kind of cool, I can't lie to you, but yeah, if your ride forces are unrealistic, I would advise changing them. And the same with steepness for your elements. Like, this brake run is way too steep for its own good, I think. It should be more gradual, more shallow, you know? Ruben didn't ride it. Hi, Ruben. Welcome to the stream. Just a friendly reminder, you're all free to join the voice chat that I am currently sitting in. So if you want to talk during the stream, you guys can join the voice chat at any moment in time. Okay, that was our number 17 submission. Our number 16 is going to be Artemis by Magicool. So Artemis is another ride that I thought had a lot of potential, and thought like could have been done a little bit better. The fact is, though, I liked the theme behind this ride. Like, it had a really nice story, and yeah, I mean, the story, I appreciate the story, but like, what I'm really looking for is a really solid ride. So let me just put it up. Also, I'm not gonna hide the fact that I literally cannot see a thing in this POV. Like, quality is at max and it's pretty blurry. I can't. It's nighttime. I cannot see a thing, man. But from what I can make out, there's a tiny jolt on the drop. And like this ride also suffers from elements being extremely forceful and steep. Like look at the steepness of the like out of the airtime hill here. Like I think that is way too steep. And then like profiling is pretty decent in some spots, but I just feel like it carries too much speed across some elements and it just provides a little too much force. And like, I mean, it's not too bad actually. That way, I really like that wave turn. But then like this part in the second half, I think could have been done better. Like Magicool, if you're seeing this, you need to make this element uniform. Like you see the way it just like gets really intense here. First of all, this is overbanked. You don't need to bank it that much. And secondly, you see the way it gets really intense and then suddenly it just draws out again. And then it gets intense again. Like, you don't want that. You need to make it more gradual, more uniform. This airtime mode is actually really good. Yeah, you know, it's all about the same. Like, this ride is, like, on par with the two next rides that are gonna come. So, like, I might as well just put them all in number 16 because I thought they were a similar quality. So please don't get pissed at me if I misplaced something. Because this ride is actually not even bad. Like, I just thought it had a lot of potential and it could have been done better in some places, but we're gonna go into the next one. So number 15, which is basically on par with the previous submission, is Violet Backstorm by Astro16. So this was the first ride that we had submitted on the entries channel. Oh. And I just thought there was nothing that really stood out from this ride. Like it gets a little bit unrealistic as well. Like there's a massive mountain it goes on top of, and like it's pretty creative. Like I like that. But it definitely takes away realism points, unfortunately. But this ride, it's not super impressive either. It has a lot of profiling mistakes that I would fix as well. And the layout just feels very drawn out. Like, first drop has a jolt in there. But at least, like, the forces are somewhat realistic, except for, like, these profiling issues, for example. And, I mean, there's a lot of things that could have been done better with this ride, like, especially profiling-wise. And, of course, the mid-course brake run. Please make them straight. Like, please set absolute banking on mid-course brake runs and final brake runs, because it honestly drives me mad. Like, I don't like them. And, like, I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, the forces are somewhat realistic. It's just the layout could have been profiled a lot better, especially with the jolts here and there. I do like the scenery. It's pretty nice, but then the coaster itself could be a lot better, especially this final brake run. Like, please, guys, I beg, please use absolute bank and not absolute. Like I'm still using UC1 term, like strict banking, not absolute, with your break runs in general. And okay, I am reading the comments. I actually kind of feel bad. I am sorry. I am sorry. This, like, at least it wasn't for the top spots that I messed up. I do realize Magical's ride was of higher quality, and I regret putting it this low. So, I mean,
It looks like
unfortunately,
there's a bit of
I cannot just change it
revolution
right
going
now.
on.
But oh, hi TC.
Hello. It took me a moment to get my mic working.
Yeah, as I was saying, I cannot change the order anymore, unfortunately. So I do indeed regret misplacing Magical's entry, but like, it still has some major flaws. You cannot lie to you. I cannot lie to you. I'm sorry, guys. And like, if you guys got pissed because, like, at a low spot like this, I'm getting kind of scared about the top spots, because the top spots are actually really hard to choose, like which one was better, which one deserved to be on top. Featuring fake tears and starting with a sigh. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get an NFYC apology video up on the announcements channel saying, yeah, I am definitely sorry for my actions. Magicool should have been way higher on the list. Wahaha. We always get upset over the top song. Huh?
You know, deep sigh, get the dog out, you know,
Exactly.
the whole package.
Exactly. Oh, and like I have to get like emojis as well.
Oh yeah. Ukulele.
Thanks, Ruben. You understand. You're a real one. Okay. Our next submission is Dune by TW's Coaster Bit. And this is one of two rides that were named Dune in this contest. One of them placed higher than this, and one of them is this ride.
I'm going to eat your goldfish, I swear.
Wait, who joined? Oh, Testicool. I am deeply sorry, because I regret my decision, but I cannot do anything about it anymore.
A severe and continuous lapse of his judgment.
Lapse of my judgment, yeah. Yeah. Because this ride, okay, like about this ride, first of all, please get someone to record a higher frame rate video for your ride. And secondly, I like the idea for this ride. It's very abstract, definitely unrealistic. But like, this was one of two Mach Hyper roller coasters in the contest, and like I like that you guys are going for Mach for a Giga Coaster. It's a pretty cool idea. And like, profiling isn't too bad. There's some mistakes that I see here and there. Forces are okay, but then
you're on streaming POV.
Am I not
showing up? No.
Am I not? Oh, my bad. My bad. I'll put it back. I'll put it back up. That's my mistake. Thank you. Yeah, this ride, profiling definitely could be better in many spots. And the same with banking somewhere here and there. But then like right forces and pacing isn't too bad. It dies out in a few places. I like the thing with the waterfall, but like that's minor bonus points. Like this section over here reminds me of the what's it called? The one at SeaWorld San Antonio, the rescue coaster.
Manta, is it?
No, that's San Diego. Wavebreaker, that's it. Wavebreaker, the rescue coaster. Layout is actually pretty creative. I'm just questioning the element choice in some places, like a vertical loop in the middle of the ride. I'm not sure if it fits. That's the only real complaint I have about the layout. The S-bends could have been done more interestingly as well, but like, I can't really say much else. It's just like, maybe improve on your
The hill
profiling a
shaping's
little
good.
bit. Huh?
You know, the hill shaping's good because it isn't too steep in the crest, and it's got
Exactly,
a
yeah.
decent amount of sustained forces. Yeah, it's very good, but I just think it's a bit of a shame because there's a few places where shaping isn't exactly perfect, and
Exactly,
yeah, I can definitely see the vision there.
It's a bit of wasted potential, honestly. But like the airtime medals that are like definitely the best parts of the ride, like they were done really well. Okay, from here up, there's gonna be a few maybe controversial spots, like but like it was kind of tough to order these rides because there were some really good ones. So there's gonna be some controversy here and there. So our next ride is not even finished. It's called Onion by Fearingman325. And this was meant to be a recreation of Orion at King's Island.
Onion.
But it never got finished for some reason. Like, he just didn't bother finishing it and instead adding an explosion effect at the very end. Is it not streaming? Okay, sorry. I keep forgetting to put it up. Okay. So yeah, this ride is like reasonably smooth. Like, there's a few jolts here and there, but like, if we ignore the jolts, profiling is pretty accurate to the real ride. The shaping is good. The pacing is good too. Like, it's another ride with insane wasted potential because if you finish this ride, it would have turned out really well. Like, really, really well. Like, up to here, I mean, this is pretty fun enough, but like, up to here, it was a near perfect recreation. Like, this was really good, and Pearl didn't even bother finish it. Like, I'm sorry, what? Oh, I thought it was someone who joined there, but yeah, that's our unfinished submission. Magical, I know you're in this voice chat as well. I once again apologize for the misplacement. I actually did you very dirty. I realize. I will not stop apologizing about it. Like, realistically, now that I think about it, you would have been put somewhere around 12, 15 maybe. I'm not sure, but I really apologize for my actions. I promise. Oh. My mic is way. Thank you.
Bro, the way it just got clearer.
Sorry, man. That is my mistake. Again, I'm like, these streams are so sketchy. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I need to do better for you guys. You deserve better. Yeah, our next entry is Cloud9 by Drew Tyler. Where is this ride? Okay, it's over here. So this thing is, in fact, hold on, I need to get this up in some way or other. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is another entry which I just realized uses a staggered trains. Why does it use the staggered trains? Like, that's odd. Also, one thing I thought was, why is the FOV so high? Like, you don't need to set the FOV this high. But anyway, this ride starts off really well. The drop is pretty smooth. There's a little jolt at the valley, but like, what are we gonna do about it? And like, this is where rides are starting to get smoother and like more creative. Yeah, I mean, I really like this ampersand element. Like, this was done pretty well. I cannot lie to you. Then it's kind of too drawn out at the exit, but like that's just a minor thing. There's some tiny jolts here and there, but otherwise this ride is pretty solid. I'm just not a big fan of the color scheme. Like, I'm not sure if that is that green. I'm not sure, but like this color doesn't really contrast with the white supports. I like the mountains in the background as well. Like, they're cool. I'm just not sure what the Heartline roll was doing in the middle of the ride. But apart from that, it's a pretty solid ride. Like, it's pretty neat. We're just kind of waiting for it to finish. Like, I don't know what else to say about this ride. Maybe don't use the medium spine for the whole layout. Like, you don't need to have the medium spine for the whole layout. I like the queue line. I like the station details with the queue line and other stuff. Yeah, don't mind. Don't worry about my limits 2 recommendations. Also, with the L takes, I think these takes are gonna be better from here on, because like the rides from here on are starting to become pretty good. So maybe there's a few that you'll disagree with, but I mean, what else can I do? Like, it's my contest. I rank them the way I want, and I should probably take more time ranking them sometimes, because that severe lapse my judgment was not acceptable, I think, earlier. But we're hopping onto Ice Age by I Like Dirtio, and this is our 11th place. And this is an Intamin Giga Coaster, which was the only UCX submission. And I'm just kind of questioning the lift structure, but that's the only thing. Like, the rest of the ride is actually pretty good. Like, well, you got activate windows on the bottom right. I just think the crest is a little strong, especially it's gonna be strong in the back row. But like, that's at least sustained -1.5. But like, otherwise this ride is really solid. Like, you got a really good airtime hill here. You got pretty drawn out turnaround, but like, yeah, I'm just questioning, where are the footers? Like, there's no footers, and the airtime hills are good. I'm just not sure what else to say. Like, it's pretty solid. I just thought there were other better entries in this. Like, I mean, if we ignore that the clearance there with the support, pacing is pretty decent. That turn is underbanked. That's too many laterals, I think, for this ride. And then, yeah, final helix. It's one point, I think it drags on for a little too long. Like, I don't want to say it like this. It gets kind of boring at one point. I like that little surprise with that airtime hill just whips you down. That's pretty cool. I also like the station, the custom station there. Some nice little details. Oh my god, I'm getting paragraphs on the live chat.
Yeah, it's being talking about computers.
That's fun. I'm gonna get submission number 10. This is going to be number 10 is Polaris 308 by Kenny Fair. And this was by far the most unique ride on this contest. And like, this is only at this spot because of the uniqueness of the ride and probably because of the theming. Like, this has some really good theming to it, but like in terms of profiling and like the ride itself, it's debatably not as good as the two previous entries we've seen. But I was pretty impressed with this ride regarding everything else but the ride itself. I mean, the layout it's pretty realistic, even though it's something unheard of, like something never seen before. It has 2 swing launches, and honestly, props to the creator for the swing launches. Like, they're pretty unique. I just think, okay, the first one here, it starts way too early. Like, you need to let the train settle before, like, and completely align with the track before launching. Otherwise, you're gonna get like too many laterals in the back row, and that's not good. Yeah, you're also seeing the size of this ride. It's absolutely colossal. It has a lot of supports going into it. I don't even care if the editing is not super smooth with the swing launch. Like, you see the theming in this. Like, this was by far the best themed ride on this contest. I mean, yeah, just what I was saying. This is a very unique submission, something very different to anything I've seen in this game. But I just wish track profiling was better than this. Like, this is pretty basic and simple track profiling for the standards of the game, in my opinion. This airtime hill is good. It's just way too steep. It has a jolt coming out as the exit. The same going into this inversion. Yeah, that's really my only complaint. Like, it's a really well decorated ride. The layout is really good, but it's just that, really. There's nothing much else. Also, I do have a major complaint with the transition into the swing launch number 2. Like, please, why? Like, if you have brakes there, why don't you slow it down completely before going into the launch? Like, you can clearly see you're getting at least 2 G's of laterals there. Like, you don't want that. And what I said before as well, let it align first with the track and then launch it. I'm just questioning this here at the top. Why does it do that? But this backward section I really liked, with this really cool inversion coming out. Like, that is a real smooth inversion. And also, please make your brake run straight again. Like, we cannot allow this here. I also really appreciated the walkthrough. Like, it has some nice theming details to it. He even bothered making a queue line. Like, this is crazy levels of theming. You got the swing launch. I'm just thinking this ride would have like some crazy capacity issues because of the swing launches and the sheer length of this ride. There's an indoor section. Oh, there's a turntable. Exit. Yeah, I like the queue details with. It just adds to the decoration. It's really cool. Okay, next one. Oh yeah, the maintenance ship. I didn't even notice it before you mentioned the TCE. So here goes our next one. I'm actually surprised this ride made it this low. Like the next one is gonna come up. This ride is really solid, and it still came 9th. This is Ultimate Domination by Hamburger, and I truly apologize for such a low placement because this ride is good, and I really enjoyed the intro to this video. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it up because this intro is hilarious.
Dear Emoticono13 crew, I've been a really good boy this year, and I promise not to be as much of a crybaby when I get second place this time. My mommy said that if I get good grades in school, I could buy more nano coasters to hoard in my bedroom. Sometimes I look at my own toes and I just wish I was on a B&M floorless coaster. But I know you can't make this a reality, so I'm asking for a gift. A big, nice B&M floorless coaster right from my own backyard. What do you say? I haven't bullied that many kids this year. Ooh, how about a 330-foot Intamin Giga? Yeah, with a racing theme. That's a great idea. Anyway, I expect this all by the morning of World Mosquito Day. But now it's time to get some shut-eye. XOXO. Hamburger rides.
Bro, this has me in tears, man. I'm borderline crying right now. That was very emotional. I mean, it was one crazy introduction, but let's check the ride out. This is an Intamin Giga Coaster that was supposedly inspired by Intimidator Theater 5 Ultimate Domination. Soar 330 feet on this Intamin Giga and reach speed yourself up. Okay, just major complaint with the pre-lift. That is too much airtime given before even starting. And I seriously hope that's not meant to be a cable lift. Otherwise, like, cable lifts cannot start like that. But yeah, first drop. It's a smooth ride, but like my major complaint with this ride is just it just drags on for too long, I think, and it's a very repetitive layout. It's some kind of boring sections, like this section right here. I kind of get the point of this little section, but it should have been banked more, like this, or like just done better. I think. I like these estimates though. Yeah, some sections here really feel like this section reminds me of Uvalen's last bit before getting to the station. Like these really drawn out airtime hills that give absolutely no airtime. There's some unbanked sections, and over here you can notice it's starting to crawl. Like it's really lost its pace by the end of the ride. And up here, yeah, it's into the brake run. Yeah, so just as it's about to start crawling through the layout, it just finishes. I mean, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's nice and smooth. It's excuse me. It's nice and smooth. It's just kind of bland, not bland, but like it could have done a little bit something more, I think. On to the next one. Yes, Magicool, you're correct. I am not real. I am just a concept. Our next submission made it to number 8 spot, and it's Sonar by Zendries or Fendry. And this is the only Planet Coaster submission we received this month of August. And I was actually very impressed with this ride. I just feel like there's some things that could have done better. Like the first drop, for example, I think it's, what the hell is this? I think it starts off way too steep. Like, see, it's already going at like 70 degrees, and it's still at the very top. Like, it feels like it starts off too steep. This means it also gets like little to no airtime. Like, it's more like float than airtime there. But like, profiling is really solid, especially for Planet Coaster. I mean, there's a few things that could have been profiled a little bit better, but still, I get it's Planet Coaster. There's the 1 meter method thing. I think it's a pretty good ride. This ampersand is really interesting, though. I'm not sure about the profiling going in. Given smooth that a little bit more, but I mean, I'm not entirely sure how Planet Coaster works with the 1 meter smoothing and all that. So like, the fact that it just pulled this off, I think it's impressive to me. It's good. It's good. It's a good layout. I really like this twisted hill here as well. Another twisted hill and another hill, a splashdown. Like, see, the quality of rides is starting to improve a lot here. Like, these rides are getting really, really solid. I guess I was saying there were some really, really good submissions in this contest. So, and the center is way better than the previous one anyway, because like the sit-down coaster, I'm sorry guys, I actually kind of struggled ranking those rides. But these ones, they're really satisfying to watch. I am very proud of all of you. We're hopping on to the next one. This one I didn't actually expect to see this high. This one is Aurora by Eman0201. And this one, I'm not sure if I placed it a little too high, but I was pretty impressed with this ride. Like, I didn't expect too much from it, if I'm being honest, going into it, because like, look, this looks like the very basic No Limits 2 beginners coaster, but like, I mean, the only major complaint I have with the video in itself is please disable the camera shake. Like, I beg, please disable it, because like, it's really annoying. Then again, like, I mean, the crest is a little sharp, but then like, if you look at this layout from up here, it may not seem too impressive, but it is in fact a pretty decent ride. Like, look, I mean, the camera shake is definitely annoying, but like, profiling is actually really impressive, believe it or not. Like, I know it's No Limits 2, this was the lowest ranked No Limits 2 submissions, but still, it's not, it doesn't look like my old No Limits 2 rides anyway. Like, this was surprisingly good. This airtime hill definitely feels a little too drawn out, a little too much airtime. I mean, like, the forces are good, it's just it drags on for too long. Should be more parabolic, but I mean, like, I really like this turn right here. Like, I thought it was gonna be killer, but in fact, it's quite realistic. Like, the forces are good. Like, never judge a book by its cover is what they say. Like, it's a pretty impressive little ride. I enjoyed it. I just wish the brake run was like realistic to B&M Scary Coaster brake runs, but I mean, maybe they wanted it that way. We don't know. But like, yeah, I mean, you can say later what you think about this ride. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not good. I thought it was good. Just please disable the camera shake, because it's very annoying. My old No Limits rides or something for sure. No, my old, I cannot. I if I talk about my No Limits 2 rides, that I made during like 2019 and like that time. Goddamn. No man, I like no. No, I refuse to talk about them. They're not great. Okay. Here goes, we're getting back to Ultimate Coaster 2 with this submission. This is our number 6. Expedition Gleam by Bricker Coasters. And this is the guy that makes the Lego roller coasters. Hold on. Okay, Expedition Gleam. Sorry, I had to partake in other activities for 5 seconds. It's over here. This is another nice looking ride. Hola Jampek. Another nice looking ride that I felt had a lot of potential, and like it absolutely delivered. I really like the theming. I really like this track system. I just wish this was right in the middle. I'm just not the biggest fan of the color scheme, but I kind of get why they made this color scheme like this. I like the fencing around the place, the queue line. It's a pretty nice decorated, pretty nicely decorated ride. Oh, my bad. You have the daytime POV. So yeah, as you can see, like this is like actually good, like solid levels of profiling for UC2. This is a really smooth ride. I can see the smoothness in the camera a little bit, but just by looking at the profiling, you can tell it's very smooth. Like that airtime hill is very solid. In the turnaround, it's realistic. Like it doesn't do anything wild. Like the layout is nothing super wild, but it does most things right. Like it's just really solid. I really like that. I really like that entrance plaza as well. There's some nice details. I'm not gonna watch the nighttime POV. Sorry about that. But yes, this was very enjoyable to watch. Same Discord Saglu. Okay, this one I had to record on my phone because they didn't attach a video, they just attached the right file. And I nearly forgot to record it as well because I received it in my DMs and I was just looking through the entries area and not my DMs, so I nearly forgot to rank it completely, and so sorry about that. But this is a Hephaestus by Adam Lawton. Drive Safely. This is not Drive Safely, it's someone else, but this is Mr. Lawton. Okay. Hephaestus, here we go. This is the only RMC Giga Hybrid coaster we got in the contest. And I recorded this with a zero smoothness camera, so you're gonna see jolts here and there, but I thought it was very solid. Like, pacing is very good. Elements are good too. Well, you see by yourself. Like, there's a jolt in the first drop, and like you're just gonna see jolts everywhere, I think. But I think it's quite solid. Like, it's like the elements are very realistic for an RMC. The pacing is really good too. Like that death roll is great. It's just a little bit of fixing with the jolts. Like if you clean this up a little, like with the jolts, you would have had a perfect ride, like a perfect layout. Well, it's that inversion that was taken a little too fast. Hold on. Yeah, this inversion was taken a little too fast. I might have broken the player. Hold on, I might have messed up. I think I broke it. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's just this element. It could have been a little bit slower because it just comes out a little too fast from there. I like those few airtime hills though. It just feels very bouncy because it hasn't been completely smoothed. But with like just if you adjust the camera to have a higher smoothness, it would look way smoother, but I just forgot to readjust it, so see, this layout is really, really good, like extraordinarily good for an RMC layout, in my opinion. Like, it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. That's the only thing, in my opinion. And also the zero G roll. That's the only two major mistakes, I think. I think, like, could be better. Could have been done better. Okay, so from here on, we're gonna have a few controversial placements, so please don't verbally abuse me in the chat. I beg. We're getting into the top 4, and I am getting myself ready for cyberbullying. Yeah, drive safely. I honestly really agree with you. It was a really solid ride, but just like I just thought it was enough for a top 5 spot. Okay, so we get into number 4. This is Mondo Generator by Dogbread. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's the Turkish lad that Ruben likes to make fun of in the chat with Turkish gifs here and there. This is I have to watch it on YouTube because it doesn't allow me to watch it on Discord because of copyright. I thought this was a very solid ride. Let me just put it up. This ride is very good. Thumbs up. I did think it was very good, honestly. Like, okay, I like the little flag at the top. It's a really nice detail. And also the thing at the end of the catwalks. I'm not sure why that's there. I don't know what use that has. But otherwise, let's look at it. Like, this was a really well-profiled ride. The layout is very good. I just wish it had custom supports and a little bit more scenery, but otherwise, the elements are really well done.
Supposed to be the Turkish flag.
It could be the Turkish flag, I'm not sure. But yeah, this ride, I mean, just look at it. It's very well profiled. The pacing is good. Elements are pretty good as well. Like, it's a nice layout. It gets a little jerky in some places, but overall, it's really, really nice. It's one of the better rides we've seen in the UC2 community in general. Like, if this had custom supports and a little bit more scenery, it would be an absolutely crazy ride. Like, really good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this ride. Like, it's just really solid. Like, I like the details with the differing magnetic and friction brakes. Like, whenever people do that, like changing magnetic and friction brakes whenever appropriate, I really like that. Like, it's the small things that make the ride just that little bit better. This a shed. Peak editing, am I right? That's so true. Anyway, don't do this one dirty, Emo. Well, I put it in 4th place, man. I don't think you can complain. Like, this was just borderline incredible. Like, this was a really good ride. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. Turkey. Oh, Bean is in the voice chat. I didn't realize. Hello.
Yeah, I joined a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for holding on to me in this
Fuck
stream.
you mean a few minutes? You joined 10 seconds ago.
Possibly. Yes, that's just technicality, really. Yeah.
Okay, top 3. This was a bunch of rides that I had some trouble placing because, first of all, none of them were absolutely perfect. I found flaws in every single one of them.
Where did I place?
Hmm?
Where did I place?
Number 0. You're too good for the contest.
Wow, thank you. Really? Where did Matty place?
But this is the first one, and like, some people will say this is deserving of number 1. Some people say it's not. I don't know, man.
Mr. Place?
He hasn't come up yet.
Yeah, but
Our number 3 submission is, in fact, Dune by Sat Fuzzball. This is the second Dune we've gotten in the contest. I'm trying to avoid the slander. But yeah, this ride, this is a definition of like the Millennium Forest inspired ride. Like, this is a really, really solid coaster. It has a custom cable lift as well.
Yeah, but the
It's just
supports
like-
aren't done.
Huh?
The supports aren't done though. How are we gonna?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I wish
We're
the
gonna
supports
rank
were
this?
finished.
How
I
are
wish
we
the
gonna
supports were
rank
finished because this would look beautiful. But like, the stream is up, right? Yeah, it's streaming. Like,
No,
this
the
first
stream- the
turn,
stream stopped 3 minutes ago. Yeah, it's obviously streaming.
the first turn is absolutely perfect. I feel it like for 2000s Intimate. I feel like this part here just shouldn't have a wiggle, but that's just getting too gimmicky there. This ride's just lovely. Like, I just wish it was finished because it's pretty spectacular, I think.
It's nice.
Like, this is just completely catches the Millennium Force vibe, and I love it. There's a tiny jolt going up the hill, believe it or not. Like, even for No Limits 2, rides can also be jolty. It's like, this is that. I don't know if it's a frame rate loss or something, but there's a tiny profiling issue going up the hill.
Yeah, get a 4090 so we can check if it's a frame rate loss or not. At Fuzzball, please. You have to do it. Requirement. You know, it's only about what, £1,600 for a graphics card.
Yeah. Other than that, this is a really, really solid ride with lots of potential. It just needs to be finished, but the layout itself is crazy good. Like, really, really good. And now comes the top 2, which you guys are gonna... I don't know, man. Like,
Asterisks.
I'm very nervous about this one because the top 2
please.
submissions were really, really damn good.
I'm preparing my verbal assault.
I'm genuinely scared.
Is
But
this where you reveal that you actually meant to put Magical's coaster here instead?
to be fair, Magic Cool's coaster was deserving of a 12th place at least. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, genuinely. Like, dude, you honestly deserve better. I genuinely apologize.
It's fine. You don't have
But
to
hey.
apologize.
Our number
Fine,
two
just-
is Sagittarius by Asterisks. And surprise, surprise, he didn't make it to the top.
Let's go.
Even though structurally his ride is absolutely incredible. Like this is certainly like the best supported ride, the best decorated ride on the contest. Like this is like the most realistic looking ride. However, I have a major issue with this ride, and it's that the second half at least is just way too quick. Like maybe add some trims halfway through the ride, because the second half is just too quick for its own good, in my opinion.
And the choice of music is kind of meh.
I mean, I love Marion, but I don't know if it was made for this ride. I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah, also please use the front mounted POV so we can see all the jolts. Because like, okay, bottom of the first drop, you can see it, a little correction. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's very minor, but you can see a tiny correction there.
Yeah.
That first element is brilliant. This airtime hill is brilliant as well, with some great airtime.
I mean, I suppose it makes sense, you know, if you're gonna make a YouTube video for your public YouTube channel with now 400 subscribers. Well done. I feel like you probably want to like make it look as smooth as possible by using the smoothest camera type.
Yeah, but it feels more genuine to have the front mount. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's more revealing of the flaws, and I feel like that's why it would make sense to use it for a competition, but it wouldn't make sense to use it for a YouTube channel. And I'd say that
Fair enough.
it really depends what comes first to each individual person, I suppose. What they're prioritizing.
Okay, so my issue here, I think we need a little bit of trim breaks on this hill, because from here on, the ride I think it just gets too fast paced. Like, okay, up to here it's fine, but then that transition here out of this overbank, it feels too forced, like too snappy.
Oh, yeah.
And then like one after the other, it just feels like it's gonna kill you somehow. I don't know.
I absolutely adore Whip.
And the same with the snap on that roll. Like I feel it's just like too forced. Like
yeah, I absolutely adore Whip. It's my favorite thing on coasters. But when you're dealing with this much speed, this much height, you really do need to tone it down because the forces are just inflated.
Yeah, maybe a little trim break would have been good, but apart from that, this is an extremely well profiled ride. Well,
yeah,
the entry to the 0G roll is kind of questionable, but that's the only thing.
The pacing near the end is just too fast.
It's a little too fast. That's my only major complaint with it. Like,
make slower coasters half the speed. Add 3 mid courses. Add 3 mid course break runs.
I mean, like, it's still an extremely solid top two. Like, this is a crazy good ride. It's just second half.
It's just not perfect.
Yeah, like especially these two little hills. Yeah.
There's always going to be improvements to be made, obviously, but.
And no, I did not put this on number 2 because I didn't want Asterisk to win. No, like I try to be as fair as I can with my rankings, and I feel like the number 1 spot did absolutely incredible. Like, we're gonna see it in a moment.
Okay, not gonna lie, I thought you were biased towards Asterisks.
No, like Asterisks, he's like an extremely cool guy. I talk to him often and all of that, but I try not to be biased with anybody.
That, and yet you still placed me at number 0 because it was that undeniably good.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna throw together. I'm gonna throw together a Costa real quick and just make a video of it and send you it so you can place it as at 0th place. Right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right now. I don't have the patience to do that, and I don't have the effort to do that either. I'll do it next week.
Okay, this was the number 1 submission, and it feels kind of odd to put it as a number 1 because it's on No Limits 2, but it was just so well done that I just couldn't help but put it up here. And I know Asterisk put a lot of effort on the support, on scenery, and so did everyone else, to be fair. Like, there was some really well-themed submissions, too. But this ride, the layout and the pacing and everything else, profiling, was just really well done. So, this is Avalon by... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Quality should be higher. Oh, that's 4K. I'm just gonna put it there. Yeah, there we go. So me and this dude, we had the same idea for the first half of the ride. Well, I mean, at least the first two elements. He just made the first element a little bit whippier than I did. Yeah, see, he got the reverse treble clef going on.
I feel like I should probably be watching this stream on my phone, because instead everything looks slightly fuzzy on my monitor because it's double the height, double the width.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, you're seeing this ride. It's
imagine
really
not
well profiled
streaming
everywhere.
Imagine not streaming at 1440p at a bare minimum.
No, but like this video's frame rate was not the best either.
Yeah.
I mean,
why record at 4K though? Like, who cares? If it kills your frame
Exactly.
rate, don't do it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, I'm seeing no profiling issues on this ride at all. Like, it's really, really damn good.
Like, if you desperately want to record your coasters in 4K, I'm up for it, right? However, why? Right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah. One thing I will say, I feel like the transition into the brake run is a little too abrupt. Like, it just slams into it. So if you extend the last bit before you get into the brake run, you can make it a little smoother. Like, that's just a little tip. And I thought,
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of love brake runs that you just absolutely slam into.
fair enough, but like, it's not really a B&M thing to do. I mean, that's old B&M. New B&M doesn't really do that. Also, maybe thought at first glance this element was a little too aggressive, but I think it's pretty realistic. Like, this is Fury levels of aggressive for a first element. And, you know, I just don't see too many major mistakes on this. Like, this is really, really good. Like, it's extremely solid.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I don't know why people like B&M so much. Like, I'm really glad there were multiple Mac Gigas. I think that's instead of just B&M.
I mean, B&M.
Like, B&M.
Okay, I was about to charge at you for saying why do people like B&M so much, but like I realized the context you were saying it in, and I honestly kind of agree with you.
To the point where it's essentially the only Giga that people typically make.
It's because they're the most popular and consistent Giga coasters, because like the 3 Giga coasters they made, they're all similar. But if you see Intamin, they've made 2 of them, well, 3 of them, and they're all completely different from each other.
But I feel like that gives like the most opportunity for... Yeah, you don't have much to base off of.
That's true, exactly. You don't have anything to base yourself on.
That means you can fuck around within some like small boundaries. Right? Surely.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Like, B&M, absolutely fantastic. Most consistent manufacturer. They are brilliant. And I'm not going to deny the impact they had on the industry and the impact that they continue to have. I just would like to... Because at that point, you're ranking it off... You're not ranking it entirely off the layout. You're ranking it off the... For a lot of them, you're ranking it off just the smoothness and the realism. Because the layouts... There's going to be a few similarities that you have to have, which... It just... meh.
Alright, so I just have to say, the number 1 spot is agreeable, but everything else, it seems like you used a random number generator.
A what? Oh, okay, fair enough. No, okay, you cannot lie. This was better than the other rankings. And I know you're probably pissed because I put you in 16th place. Like I once again apologize for that.
The coaster that came after, right, was the roughest shit in the competition, and you were just shitting on the lack of realism because there was a giant mountain that could not be formed in real life, and you just you spent half of the time on that coaster saying, "Oh yeah, you know, like it's unique, but it ain't great. It's unrealistic." And half of it saying, "Oh yeah, sorry about placing this above magical."
No, it's because like sometimes I just forget what other rides feel like.
And then you put an incomplete meme Orion above magical, and above the coaster that you put above magical with the giant mountain, and it's
no, but like, but that ride was actually good up to where it was finished. Like even though it was unfinished, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but like, you gotta dock at least a good few points, right?
I don't know, like
you could put it above like objectively just bad coasters, but like magicals, which sure there were some excessive forces, but it was good, right? Like as long as the coaster has quality control, I think you should put it above a coaster that's just outright unfinished and you know finishing it was replaced with just memes.
Yeah, that's a fair argument. I apologize to the Ultimate Coaster 2 and Magical, the Ultimate Coaster 2 community and Magical for my unfair placement. But everything else, though, you gotta agree with. Like everything else was more or less agreeable. Like,
yeah,
I mean, the top two places were maybe interchangeable depending on who thinks what's better. But
the higher end of it, I would say, was your strong suit. The bottom end was a shit show at times.
I know.
Like, hi. Fuck off, Ruben.
Hi, Ruben.
Hi. It worked. It always works.
Mock product contest.
Honestly, I think you should do a contest where you just like pick, do a random name generator and just pick like somewhere between 1-3 manufacturers. So it could end up being like Jinma, Pin, Fari, and RMC, and you end up with one coaster that isn't an RMC.
So true.
And that's just because one person wanted to make the worst shit ever, or one person wanted to do the sequel to Dizzy Love and Whirling Passion. But like, it could end up with like 3 bad manufacturers, or like 1 bad manufacturer where the coaster ended up placing surprisingly high because of realism, or you ended up with like 3 all-star manufacturers that people typically don't use. Like there could be a load of Max and like without all being gigas, for example.
Yeah.
You could have
Mine train contest.
Train content.
2 people the 2 people who like the Hemtex who are like obsessively concerned about theming would just win that, despite the coaster being the most abhorrently shocking thing ever made in like half a day. Because of how much like detail has to go into the theming over the coaster.
Yeah.
It's a mine train show, so it should be as rough and janky as possible.
Yeah, they'd get 3 points for building a normal coaster and then spend all of their time theming and get points from that. Like, it would be the rankings would be flipped on their head. Asterisks wouldn't win.
Do it.
Mine train contest.
Yeah, we need a mine train contest.
We desperately.
Mine train contest would be gas, actually.
Pinfire contest and mine train contest.
Pinfire. I think that that is the stream that's the stream done. So thanks guys for tuning in. I hope I didn't cause too much controversy with
You
the results.
You caused more controversy than NFYC's Mr. S era, which I would say is his least harmful one. He didn't say too much since then.
I'm pretty sure you just made every UC2 creator racist towards No Limits 2 creators.
Yeah, because like I know No Limits 2 is way easier to make rides smooth, but still, like one's gotta give credit to us or to a really solid ride, no matter the software.
And
like
way harder to learn. Like sure, the like once you've learned it, it's less effort to make a smooth coaster. Although it's still ridiculously time consuming. You have to spend like 83 hours on an airtime hill. It's like you're working on asterisks time there.
Yeah, exactly, and like especially if you're making custom elements. Like if you're using pre-made elements, that's like quick. But if you're making like custom loops, for example, like I remember the BNM invert I made recently. I spent like at least 2 hours profiling that loop because I didn't get it correctly. Like I could have just gotten a pre-made loop from like the elements thing on No Limits 2, but I made my own.
Like
it was so hard to get straight.
If we got IMUs who give us the PC version of UC2, I think honestly the amount of like skill that would go into UC2 for those people would, I feel like the amount needed would decrease a little bit, because I think a lot of the difficulty with UC2 is the fact that it's running on touch controls, which are often a bit janky. A lot of people are running off phones, which are small and imprecise, you know. A lot of the challenges are less from the absolute sheer difficulty of the game engine and more the absolute perfectionism on a small phone's touchscreen. Whereas the difficulty from No Limits 2 is No Limits 2 entirely.
I feel like UC2 on a PC would have to have a completely different building system, because I don't know how.
IMU said he does actually have a PC version of it though.
Yeah, I know, but
he might be just using like a drawing tablet or something, and like running it on his PC so he can deal with more intensive workloads when he hasn't like optimized a certain coaster type, for example. But I don't know what it is. None of us know.
But the UC2 building system, like Freeform specifically, that's designed for a touch screen.
Yeah, but if you just like dragged the node with your mouse, for example, if you just like dragged everything with your mouse and used right click to rotate, or like I feel like and like double click to input a specific value, I feel like it would translate at least semi okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the stream done, so I'll shut it off now, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in 2 months' time for another stream for the contest.
Wait, hold on, before you end that, not No Limits 2, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, let's call it a day.
Toodles.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.